Greetings. Welcome to Dark Souls, a game that you have seen 1,000,000 times, and a game that I have played and beaten 1,000,000,000 times. Today we will playing, how about that? We will be playing a knight, probably. Or who knows, maybe there's something else we can play. No, a knight, because I want to show just how good the knight can be. Master Key is a good thing to get, but we don't really need it. We're going very average here. Which one of these guys looks like the most like a knight? Let's go with that guy. For no particular reason, just looks weird. Let's give him a nice and weird hairstyle. Yeah, curly. And then what color shall it be? Yeah, red. Now the name. Main man. He is the main man, and he has a main man. But anyway, this will be a strength run, and I will try to show just how early on you can become very overpowered in Dark Souls, and not by like crazy means, just through normal means. Like how early on you can get the best regular weapon, and just how much you can dominate with just a regular sword. Just your starting sword even, at plus 15. Normally I just like walk around and randomly do things to like check off boxes in my head of I gotta get this item, gotta get that one, but I'll probably just do stuff a lot more straightforward here to keep things interesting. Anyway, look at that guy. Oh, there he is. And you run away. Here's one interesting thing you can do is, hold on. You get in here and you can take off your armor, at least to most of your armor, because if you're like under a certain percentage of equip load, then you run faster, and suddenly it becomes an actual action game, not just an RPG action game. An action RPG, you could say. So this shield, it's good because it has 100 physical defense. That means 100% of a physical attack will be blocked with this shield. And then this sword is pretty good too. It's a broadsword. It's not the craziest thing in the world, but hey, it does stuff. It has 89 damage as it's regular. Oh yeah, you roll faster and you get more invincibility frames when you're lighter too. But only be very, very light if you're confident in your skills with the game. You know what, I'll put on pants. Just so that he has some form of opposite of nudity. Whatever the word for it is. A sense of something. Anyway, this guy, he talks to you, he gives you some key items, and you can just kill him instead to get the items. It's faster. Judge me if you want to, but it's faster. Modesty, that's the word. I thought of it with my brain and also my mind. Come at me, come at me. He does not come at you. He is just a bowman. Dual hand to get more damage. And plunging attack, the attack that always works all the time if you know how to use it correctly. Which, in most situations, it cannot be used. And it misses quite often. But you've got to be careful with the not homing attack, the plunging attack. You've got to treat it very delicately and use it very sparingly. Anyway, we got the big key, which means we can leave, and we got humanity, which means we can look less ugly. And play online too, but who cares about that? Bird, take me bird, to the land where I can level up. Now you might want to use all your levels here, but that's actually not quite the greatest thing to do, because you want to open up a door later, and you need some souls to open up that door. But I will level up 3 times here, in order to get rid of all my souls. Because I will have to lose all my souls anyway. I'm getting some items. You come down here, there's some items over here. They may or may not be useful for your run. But there are at least some homeward bones over here. Red cracked eye orbs means you can invade people. Talisman is healing magic. Homeward bone, very useful. Lloyd's Talisman stops someone from healing, but also opens a mimic. You can get a mimic's item without having to kill it if you use a Lloyd's Talisman. Can I kill 2 skeletons without dying myself? If I can get the backstab, maybe. Nope. Skeleton is man. Mean. That's what I meant to say. Skeleton is mean. Skeleton was man. Skeleton is strong. And skeleton is... yeah, that's pretty much it. Strong. But there are skeletons around here who infinitely regenerate. Like you kill them and they come back. So they are undying skeletons. They give you 50 experience, which is why I'm over here. To get it right up to the place where I want it to be. Backstabs are incredible. Always use them. Always put up that shield when you're feeling less confident. Oh! How nice of you, skeleton. And I will of course take their loot. Which is probably a soul. Yeah, large soul of the lost undead. Souls give you souls, and souls are experience. And I bet you know about the soul up here, but there are a few souls around here that you might not know of. Don't run into the wall, sir. My main man. My main fellow. Soul of the Lost Undead. You probably know about that one. That one's obvious. But what about this one? Over here, right around the corner. Doesn't give you too many souls, but it gives you something. And there's other things to get, like this. But for now, we don't care that much about them. There's your extra strength point. I'm sure it will help out at some point. Here's the Estus level up lady. 1 of 3 of them, actually. 2 of which you can kill at some point. But don't do that. It's probably bad for your health. Literally. Your HP. Look at our man guy, our guy man, our main man. All that time in the character creator for this, but also online play. More big souls. There's a blacksmith that way, but we're not going that way. We're going this way. That's an item that's important for this area, but I'm not getting it yet because I'm not doing this area yet. I'll come back here when I have a +10 weapon, which will not be that far away. Will not be that long away, also. Far away or long away? Which way is the way? Don't worry about taking damage. Just get this item. Firekeeper Soul. You're supposed to get it at like the end of the game, but you can also just get it at the start of the game. It can be the first thing you get. And then suddenly your Estus is +1 forever. +1 higher than it should be for most of the game. And now we have +1. And it goes up to +7, but you can only get 7 Firekeeper Souls if you let the one down there die. And then you upgrade it to +6, and then you kill all the rest of the Firekeepers. And then you have to go to New Game +2, or rather 1, but I mean also. 2 as in also. More souls. Over here you have a rare ring, you have a regular ring of sacrifice, which means you can die and not lose anything. Hello there, are you going to attempt to come at me, or will you stay there like a coward? These fools are not worth the souls that they give me. Mid-swing. He was mid-swing, I tell you. .404 error. Haha. Funny soul number. Rats will occasionally give you humanity, because I guess rats feed on humans. There's your logic there. So if you want to grind for humanity, go where the rats are. And also consume humanity, because humanity will heighten your rate of which you gain items. The more humanity you use. And it has to be the little humanity in your upper left of the screen in order to get more items. There are tons of items hidden everywhere, but we don't need all of them. We just need enough to get around. Getting around town. Do not be tricked by even the most basic of enemies. Even though you are skilled, so too are they, even if a little bit. So you after enough times you try to just rush through these areas, but then the little enemies kill you because you underestimated them. We need about 1,000 souls, I think, for a key. And that key will let us kill a boss a little bit easier. Not too much easier, but it's enough easier to make it worth getting. It also opens the door to magic, using magic later on, if you're a magic man. That was not what I meant to do, but sadly the kick is tied to like a button combination. That is one of the best shields in the game. 100 defense and then 65 fire, which is just a little bit less good than the shield I started with. Hello, do not trick me. I know you're there. You seem to have your wits about you, don't you? Yes, I do. But do you, Mr. Pets a crate? Pets a half of a barrel? That's what he does all days. He pets his barrel. His pet barrel. You pet a pet. How interesting. What an interesting use of words we have. Over there are some black fire bombs, but I don't care about those. I just care about the enemies and what hurt they can do to me. Here is that door that we can open thanks to the key. Might want to kill those enemies before you come over here, because you might activate them. Gold pine resin applies lightning to your weapon, or rather electricity. So anything that's weak to electricity will be weakened, or whatever, because your weapon is now electric. But you can only apply it to basic weapons, not weapons that are like boss weapons or already have like fire applied to them, or some other enchantment. Walk up to that gap and then run back. That's my strategy for how to get past that. And then now that all the little guys are dead, we can go and kill the big guy very, very easily. Oh, there you go. And then just do that like 7 more times. Much easier when you have 160 frames per second to see the animation, which I do on my super awesome super monitor. This guy gives lots of souls because he's a tough enemy. You're not supposed to be able to beat him, probably, if you're new to the game. But if you can beat him, then you're cool. Sometimes he'll give you his weapon, but usually just a titanite chunk, which is good for upgrading anyway. And then we also have the blue tearstone ring, which boosts defense if your health is low enough. So it's good to equip. Doesn't harm you at all. You'll see that you run faster when you have lower equip burden, and that your stamina takes you further, pretty much. Another titanite chunk and twinkling titanite. Very good for special weapons. Go up here first, because there are archers, and they hate you. And then we can actually do the boss fight. A good amount of times when you see fog walls, it'll mean a boss fight, but also a good amount of times it won't mean a boss fight. This is where we will use our gold pine resin. Apply, dual hand, stab through the head. If you want to, you can keep climbing up there and stabbing him through the head for an even easier time beating him, but I mean, look at that. He's dead already. And that's the end of the Taurus demon. And we still have plenty of lightning to go. And we won't get to use it on anything, pretty much. Large soul, more large souls. Give me all your largest of souls. Here's Solaire, you can use him in boss fights. And he's a pretty cool guy anyway. He gives you your co-op item, your big co-op item. The white soapstone. It is white and does soap. And is stony. And here a dragon will kill you if you probably don't have enough armor, which I might not. I do. I don't know, but sometimes he kills you there. Then go down here and don't forget to kick down that ladder, because I have plenty of time. Or at least a couple of times, and that's enough times. So that's 5,700 souls. Now we can choose which way to go. We can go under the bridge or over the bridge. Or rather just on the bridge, not over the bridge. I'm gonna go on the bridge, because there's another bonfire over there. And it's not that hard to get to, if you know how. Just let him kill all the enemies, and then you wait for him. And you wait, and you wait. And you hover your thumb over that run button, knowing that he will one day land on the bridge. Like now! You keep going, and you run into his belly, and you keep going. And you hit that bonfire, and maybe you'll die, but hey, you got the bonfire, so who cares? Then if you look over here, you can do some co-op stuff to unlock this statue. You can unlock a shortcut right here. Get these items real quick. One of them's a sword. A big two-hand sword. Claymore. Bait him into attacking and then backstab. I don't know why, but in the remaster, which is this version of the game, there are a lot of cracks in the environment. Like you can see a big crack in the world over there in that, whatever you call it, the wall, the top of the wall. I don't remember seeing those in the original PS3 version. But here they are. Gaps in the world. We added new gaps in your remaster. But why? Because gap is gappy. It's the gap. You know, like the store. It's the gap. Anyway, here's another Black Knight. He's a bit tougher. He has a bigger sword. But parrying works just as well as the first time around, if you know how. Which I did not there, apparently. And also backstabs work less well, but still well enough. Wait for him to walk up to you. Oh, that's not the right attack. Oh, that's not the right timing. And that's definitely not the right timing. I'm gonna get this guy, don't worry, don't you worry. I'll turn down the gain on my microphone. I feel like I'm very loud. Is that better? It seems better. When you die, you lose the humanity in the top left and all your souls, so you better go run and pick them up. You fool, you little fool who died. Keep that shield up. Unless you want to actually pick up items, then you have to drop the shield. Oh. Apparently that angle worked for the backstab. If you want to coward your way out, you can just backstab him over and over. Or you can do the fun way, which is the parry way. It's a bit tougher to time, but it's much more rewarding to both the soul and the damage output. Just gotta get your rhythm in. Rhythm in. It's the new drug. Sometimes it feels like I'm parrying early. But hey, I guess it worked out in the end. And now I will jump to my death. But it won't be my death. I will survive it. Because heights and falling from them have changed dramatically in these games. In one of the newer Souls games, you would die from half the height that I just fell. Anyway, this guy will lock the gate. Unless you run over here. And he will lock it anyway, but you're on this side. And you can unlock it easily. Plunging attack. Works out on the bull. Who would have known? I would have known. Because I did it one time. I jumped on him from that thing over there. I did that before, but I've never been able to replicate it. I can do that, though. Ow. I think this guy wants to heal, but he won't get the chance. And that is that entire situation dealt with. Some could say dealt, or dealed. If you're me, the Dark Soul man, the man with the Dark Soul. Don't worry about that, it's an online thing that's weird. Harm, hurt, hurt, harm. Kill, kill. The reason I'm going back here is there's a key at some point that I want to get, and I don't want these enemies messing with me. You have to drop your shield in order to backstab. So if you're attacking from the back and you don't know why you're not backstabbing, that's why. You have to drop your shield. Haha, dummy. He's supposed to run forward and like bait me into this area so that these guys can attack me. But it did not work. Here is the key. And then up here is another soul to get more souls. If you're a coward, you can go on this all carefully, but I've played this game many a time, so I'm not that careful. You could say I'm carefree. There's not much else in this area. There's a couple of shields, some weapons, these Balder Knights. Don't know where Balder is, but hey, he has some knights, or they have some knights. Nice death growl you have. I would like to hear it more, sir. If you would allow. Watch out for these guys because they can parry your attacks. If they hold their sword all weird, that means they're getting ready for a parry. These guys can give you several valuable items, being anything from Titanite to their weapons and armor. They cannot give you Estus, however. If only. If only. Then there's this big fella, who gives you 1 Titanite. And that's it. But he never comes back. Not sure why. Most enemies do come back upon resting at bonfires, but not this one. Come at me. He does heal, however, with Estus. So even big enemies like that can have Estus. Isn't that strange? Isn't that strangular? We have lots of souls. First we will go down here and upgrade our Estus, because this is Firelink Shrine down here. And then we will go back up, upgrade our weapon to +5, and then beat the boss. And that is the plan. That is what will happen. Because the boss will not be able to stand to a +5 weapon at all. Bet you didn't know you could go over here, huh? Oh yeah, I'm also gonna get a ring while we're here. Might as well. Sit down to get all your tin flasks. Now we have +2. That means even more healing. I think it's like 100 more HP. Like 50 for each plus number. So +2 would be like +100 healing, or something like that. So ride the elevator, but hop off of it. As I'm sure you know, there's a secret over here. Jump over here to get a key. An asylum key. For the asylum. But how do we get back to the asylum to use the key? Well, be patient, you silly Billy. Curl up into a ball, and wait here for a very long time as you stare at the cracks in the world that weren't there in the original release of the game. What odd cracks. They're in the console version and in the PC version. Thanks, Remaster Team. Do not stand up. No matter what, do not stand up. Just let the bird take you all the way back to the asylum. And there was a soul that I missed over here. These guys will try to attack you, but they are very weak. So, I mean, they are very weak in that they will fall easily. But I guess they do a lot of damage, because you're supposed to come back here later in the game. But I'm just here to pick up one item. And then that's it, I'll be gone. And avoid the floor, avoid the middle of the floor, for no particular reason. That you can see at least. You fool. Attack anyone who comes at you. Ow, 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 ow. Don't get killed. That's some very good advice there. Don't get killed. Do a few attacks. Run away. Do a few more. Maybe kill an enemy while you're at it. Okay, heal. Or not at that point. Maybe don't rush through the enemies. Maybe take them on one at a time. And also maybe wear a little bit of armor while you do so. Did I get a key in front of the church? I might have missed it while I was running around. Basement key. I did not miss it. So this time I will take them on one at a time, hopefully. Just get to the edge of their aggravation zone, and then wait for them to come to you, so that the others don't come to you too quickly. You can pretty much bounce all of their attacks off your shield, because of the high fire resistance. See how easy that was? I didn't need to die here. If I were only a little bit slower. I'm gonna get my souls real quick. No particular reason. Now come at me. Now that I have slightly more confidence. I thought he was on the other side of that door, this foolish enemy. Sometimes an enemy from up there will jump down here. But not today, Surge. That's Toy Story. I was quoting Toy Story. You fool. You silly little fool man. Oh. I'm avoiding that hole because there's an enemy in there. And I'll be back here later, probably, if I need to. Need to be. You should finish your sentences, like sandwiches. At least if they're a good sandwich and not moldy. From the gray mold. Or white mold, or any kind of mold for that matter. Here's another bait one out and fight one of them at a time. Just inch forward. He's angry now. And now the other one will not care. Not until this one is dead or dying or deaded. Will you drop anything? No! Come at me, come at me, come at me! What are you afraid of? Come at me! Come at me, Spearman. I will call you Spearmint, because you have a spear and I will mint you on my wall. Like a coin. Brain. Brain's a bit melty. Now that we have the rusted iron ring, it's time to go upgrade our weapons. What the rusted iron ring does is, whenever there's water that is deep enough to make you slower, you will make sure that you are not slower in that water. You run at normal speed in all that water in the game. Improves balance on poor footing. It could be worded better, but that's what it does. It makes you run normally in all water, no matter how deep it is. As long as it's not deep enough to kill you, that is. Then it'll just kill you, and then you'll die. That over there, there was a sign over there, if you roll back the video, but that was a Gravelord sign. That, I don't know what causes that to happen, but pretty much, I think a Gravelord is a guy from a certain covenant in the game who challenges other guys to come at him, and if you do, then you get rewards. So that's grave lording for you, in the most basic terms possible. But anyway, this sword will be our one sword for the game. We will never need another weapon. Or shield, but we might get a better shield anyway. So reinforced weapon, broadsword. And this is a good weapon because it does a good amount of damage, and it swings at a good speed too. So now it's +5. That means it's as good as it can get at this point in the game. Now instead of 89 damage, we have 141. So that's a pretty good upgrade. Especially at the rate that it swings at. And if you two-hand it, then it's 156. So like 15 points higher. Which sometimes that really counts. If you're a two-hander, if you're a filthy two-hander. Now look at me. Backstab used to be 100 damage, now it's 193. That's how much 5 levels can do for your weapon. So imagine 10 more levels on this weapon. Imagine how much that could do, and that will do. Sometimes just upgrading your basic weapon, the basic way, is stronger than a lot of enchantments, I find. Because basic weapon can attack anything. Nothing is strong to basic weapon, probably. Come at me, come at me. dead. You're a dead man. If you are a man, you Skeleman. Here's a sorcerer for you, in a room full of little guys. Don't let the little guys overwhelm you. And also kill the sorcerer man, if you can. He will buff them so that they are stronger. Not in health, but in damage. He will also shoot you, apparently. He usually shoots you when you're down there, but I am up here, so he is still shooting me. Despite that fact. Despite our change in positions. Souls. Always good to have some souls on you. One more Boulder Knight. Come at me. Come at me. I did not mean to swing there, but the game memorizes your inputs. So it was too late for me to change my destiny. You want to go through here, but first. Hya! Humanity. And then in here is what we really want to get. It is the horrible, treacherous traitor man. And if you let him out, he'll give you a little coin, eventually. Not here, but later. That coin isn't the thing you want, but the thing you want is that guy dead. And I'll show you how to do that very, very easily. All these spam calls. I just got a spam call. It's always spam, but never a call. Gargoyles, it's the gargoyles. Ah! Dual hand, kill. Death kill. And kill death. Preferably attack his tail for a weapon, the tail axe. And then get away from the flamethrower, because that's pretty much what that guy does, is throw flames, and that's it. Now that that guy's dead, all you have is the flamethrower to kill. Most of what he does is throw flames. Occasionally he'll do another attack. And that's the gargoyles for you. Gargoyle helmet. You have a little bit of a chance to get that every time you beat the gargoyles. Whenever you find one in the world. And there's like 3 in the world. Not counting, 3 encounters. Technically 4 gargoyles. And then you get a twin humanity, which is just 2 humanities, but in one piece. Look at that low-res texture of a building. That's how you get to Orlando, up there. Oddly low-res textures, with all sorts of gaps in them. That's one bell. Now we need another bell rung. Which shouldn't be too far away. If we had the master key, we could get there right now. But we don't have the master key. We have this guy, though. He will pardon you of all your sinneries. I'm going back to Firelink Shrine so that I may kill. Howdy, Balder. I'm not gonna mess with you, hopefully. Tee hee hee, ha ha ha. Tee ha hee ha. Hoo ha ha. It would be neat if enemies could use these elevators, but then they'd have to like keep the environment up there loaded. And have better AI that could actually do things. Let's see if he's there now. Yeah. Lautrec, that's his name, Lautrec. So here's what you do with this guy. You get the gold, you take his money. Yeah, sunlight metal. And you kick him. You just kick. And you kick again. And he's dead forever. But how do you get his items? The items must surely be gone. No, they are not. You have to reload the area to get the items. And I mean reload entirely. So just quit out and quit in. And then huzzah! 5 humanities, which is a lot. And the Ring of Favor and Protection, which ups your HP, your stamina, and your equip load. So it's a pretty good ring, but if you take it off, then the ring dies forever. So you like pop that on for the rest of the game, that ring. And I will just pop all the souls I've gotten, see how much they're worth. All put together. Some of them are not worth much, but they can add up. What we need is 20,000, and we are a little bit past that. What we are getting is the Crest of Artorias. And where does it go? Where could it possibly go? I will show you, you fool. But first, rest and level up a little bit, because we could use it. A bit more strength. Gonna get strength and then health to 20. If you have a +5 weapon, don't worry about this guy. Just maybe worry about him a little bit. But basically just learn his attacks, learn his pattern, get around him, and attack a lot. Do a lot of attacks and dodges. Unlike that. His attacks stay for a long time. You know, all he gives you is Demon Titanite, which is only really good for boss weapons, so I don't actually have to kill him. Maybe later. It's just a good source of a few souls. Oh! Okay. Thanks, tail. He has a huge tail, and apparently it attacked me. Didn't look like an attack from my point of view. But you know, from a certain point of view, the Jedi are evil, so you can't trust all points of view. And you can't trust all points of me either. Here are some tree guys. And now their tree dies. Dark Root Garden. You can get some useful nullifying things from these guys. They can give you poison nullifiers, bleed nullifiers, and even plague nullifiers. But they're a little rare, so don't worry if you don't get them. If you get plague, you can die. You can just die anyway. Here's a weird thing. That item on the other side of the rock just shines through the rock. And that's been true since the PS3 version, as far as I'm aware. I have no idea why. But it's, as far as I can remember, that item has always shone through that rock. Here's the most well-known secret bonfire in any Souls game. If you just figured out about that bonfire, well, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, Crest opens this door. Crest of Artorias. And we will be running through this area in order to get these guys to follow us. It's good if you have a fast sprint. Get as many of these guys to follow you as possible. Usually it's 4, but one of these guys despawns once he's killed, so right now it's 5 guys. Like the burgers and fries place. For America. In America. That guy is fast. But basically you trick their AI to go up there and then jump off the cliff. Unlike that guy. Sometimes it doesn't work so well. But you see that guy, he fell off the cliff, and so did that other guy. Go back over here, heal. And did one of you die? No. That guy always bugs out. At least on PC. But yeah, these guys give you a few thousand souls. You can do this repeatedly if you wish to get many millions of souls. If you're that dedicated. And maybe later I'll do that once I get a little ring thing. But I don't know, I don't want to exploit it too much. Especially when you don't really need it. But it's good to know that you have a grinding option. I should probably get set on the next path before I leave out. Or rather, I should beat this boss here. And that'll be a good place to end it. There's gonna be an armor set coming up. That'll be the big, good armor set that I will use until the end of the game. It's called the Elite Knight set. And if you have the box for the game, then this is the armor set that comes on the box. So if you want to know where it is, it's right there. And then just run past these guys. Elite Knight set is kinda heavy, so be careful. Careful about your rolls. I'm gonna wear it because a lot of attacks right here cannot be dodged. I think I'm on heavy load, so I'm gonna remove the armor. Moonlight Butterfly sends out magic attacks, and eventually it will land, and then you can actually kill it. Very pretty boss. Very, very pretty. You can get a shield that almost entirely negates magic damage around this area. So it might be a good idea to get that before you come here. Or you can just dodge stuff. Okay, beam attack, beam attack. I was wondering what it was doing. Like, it can't land over there. And then once it lands, you... No, 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 not the kick. Whatever you do, don't do the kick. Then back away. One more attack, no. Ranged attacks are good for this guy, because it pretty much can't dodge them. So if you're a magic build, you will have a very easy time here. Then, if you're under the Moonlight Butterfly, it will send out like a sonic shock thing to kill you. So don't stand under it. Sometimes you can just walk by that attack and it won't hurt you. So maybe that's a strategy too. But yeah, just normal attacks work here. And the bigger the weapon, the more upgraded the weapon, the better you do. One more round. You can get it in 2 rounds. You can even get it in 1 round if you're strong enough. Or 0 if you have magic. If you have magic. Oh! No, 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 no. There's that shockwave thing. And I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I did not die. Thankfully. Roll right through it. Roll right through that pure magic beam. And do it again, why not? Why not do it again? Another? Another? Really? How about you do a 5th one for the fight? The end of the Moonlight Butterfly. What a pretty boss. What a fun, good boss. Anyway, you get, with special bosses like that, you get their soul, and then you can turn it into 1 or 2, maybe even 3 weapons. 3 different weapons. But you need 1 of their soul for each kind of weapon. Here you get the Watchtower Basement Key, which is what we really want. And a Divine Ember, which can make divine weapons. Anyway, that's the Moonlight Butterfly. I will level up, and then next time, maybe some endurance. Next time, we will get the Havel Ring, and we will kill Havel the Rock. But until then, fare thee well, adventurer.